Trying to sell your old car? Instead, donate your vehicle to Heritage for the Blind. Pickup is free and your donation is tax deductible. Just call 1-800-943-1356. Heritage for the Blind accepts cars, vans, trucks, and boats, whether they run or not. Donate your vehicle and you'll receive a free 3-day vacation voucher to over 50 locations. Call 1-800-943-1356. That's 1-800-943-1356.
Blog Talk Radio.
We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.
Show of Superhero Academy. I am your host, Crossfire the Crusader, and I have several people on the line with me. I know I have Amazonia, Midnight Detective. I also believe I have Skyman. Is that correct? Let's see, I've got 712. That's Midnight Detective, right?
Yeah. Hey, I'm here.
Then I've got 847.
Hey, it's Moon Knight. What's up?
Moon Knight 352. That's Amazonia, and 318.
That's Sonic Eagle.
Sonic Eagle, and I'm still waiting on Skyman. He's got the maps to tell us where to go today. He's the navigator. Midnight Detective has to open the gates. It really stinks when you're flying, but so we are here today to have a little bit of fun. 1 year ago today, one day more or less there, we did the very first show of Superhero Academy. Silver Sentinel, Golden Valkyrie, Midnight Detective, Skyman, and Ladybug, I believe, was everybody that called in that day. A few others checked in and out, but we had a great discussion about what it means to be a superhero. We just took the time to kind of get to know Blog Talk Radio and to define what a superhero is and what a superhero isn't. Had a lot of fun teasing Silver Sentinel with some sound clips and introduced the drop zone and began the first phase of weight loss, which Skyman has mastered beyond belief. And we've had a really good time. And since that day, we've had a lot of interesting guests, a lot of great discussions. And I want to take some time to thank everybody before I play my little tribute here that I have for you. I just want to give everybody a chance to throw out their 2 cents about the first year. What their favorite thing about the past year has been. I'll start with Midnight Detective.
Favorite thing from the last year?
Oh, yeah.
Well, there's been quite a few, but I think my all-time favorite one was Captain Australia when he came on. Because that guy just blew me away. I mean, he just was a one-man show. It was just fascinating to listen to him.
Oh, yeah, me and Silver Sentinel were speechless. We didn't know what to say. It was like, what do we ask? The guy he is definitely the real deal. I've got another caller, 253. You're on Superhero Academy.
Sensational Skyman here.
Dun, dun, dun. Skyman, since I've announced you now. Just going to give up the touch base.
Thank you for that great acclaim on Facebook, my friend.
Oh, no problem. Looking back at the past year of Superhero Academy, what is your favorite thing that has happened in the past 12 months?
The past year, I've only listened to about 3/4 of the shows. Which one do I remember best? Okay, I was hearing the one about Captain Australia. Yeah, that was impressive.
Oh, definitely.
But I really think the Halloween show with the Dark Avenger Thanatos himself was just about the bee's knees.
You know, I'm thinking, looking back at the past year, if you could get Thanatos and Captain Australia and the Watchmen in the same room together, it'd be like dividing by zero, you know? The universe would implode.
Well, then I got to admit how you convinced my colleague Phoenix Jones to be on was rather impressive.
That was a fun show, also. How about it, Amazonia? What is your favorite thing that's happened the past year?
There's too many, actually. I would probably say the Halloween one.
She's a fan of Thanatos as well.
One of my favorites has to be Amazonia's show, the Kitty Genovese program.
That was good.
Wait a minute. Amazonia? Wow, I get to talk to her?
Oh, yeah. And let's see, who I got left out? I got Moon Knight. What is your thoughts on this? What is your favorite thing that you've experienced here at Superhero Academy?
I'd have to say my favorite would be one of the first times I called in. I believe it was a Geist who was your guest, and he said some very great things about tapes for kids, I believe it was.
Oh, yeah, we were talking about the Heart Heroes.
Yes.
They're actually going to be with us here in a couple of weeks.
Nice.
And last but not least, my faithful sidekick here, Sonic Eagle. I think we may have lost Sonic Eagle here. He may just be getting some static. Well, we'll give him another chance. And folks, I want to go on ahead. I've spent the last 2 or 3 weeks going through every episode. Yep, he's dropping off. I've been going through every episode of Superhero Academy, listening through, trying to find just the right clips, the right sound bites, just some sort of something special from every host. I know I haven't got everybody. There was so much awesomeness, and I'm going to be honest, some of these shows, listening back to them, are just, the emotion is even more powerful the second time. Somebody's being attacked by a chihuahua.
Yeah, that's me.
That happened on Razorhawk's call, I think, if I remember right.
Yeah, I remember that, being attacked by the dog.
But then, at any rate, I've been going through it. Here I've got area code 318. Let me get you back on here. 318.
Yeah, I'm back.
Sonic Eagle, what is your best memory for the past year?
Personally, it would be all of it.
All of it?
Oh, yeah. Now we're
sure, the
picking
blanket
favorites, no,
reply.
I think.
And that's, ladies and gentlemen, that's how a real fan answers, okay?
Well, gee, then I'm not a real fan? Aw.
Oh, I love all of it, yeah. That's how my kids answer, too. I've got area code 804. Who have I got here?
Hi, my name is Hugh. I'm in Virginia.
Well, welcome to Superhero Academy. Is this your first time calling?
Yes, I just tuned in. You picked up on me right away. I didn't even hear the discussion yet.
Well, this is kind of a looking back show. This is our 1-year anniversary for Superhero Academy. I was getting everybody that's been regulars here a chance to share their favorite memory from the past year, and I'm about to launch into a project. I'll play a project here. I did the sound clip for the opening and the ending. I've done little clips, trimmed everything off, and I actually chose a sound clip to introduce the show. It's not really from a superhero movie. It's from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. You know, when the show starts out, it says,
Awesome.
"We are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams." And I thought that really describes the RLSH community to me. But when I look back on the year, I wanted more than that. And I put together something here, and I want you to listen for some people. You know you're going to recognize some voices. I know I didn't get everybody because, like I said, there's just way too much awesome, and I've tried. Like I said, I went through every show. Some of the things just make the cut, but I want to go ahead and play this. This is my tribute to all the guests, all the visiting professors, all the staff members, all the stalkers, and all the listeners, even to our supervillains. This is our tribute from the Academy to you, looking back at year one of Superhero Academy.
There was multiple people at multiple times hearing or seeing different things, but never realized what was going on. Unfortunately, none of them wanted to get involved. If they had at the beginning, this catastrophe would never have resulted. She would never have died.
I've gone to parties with my friends before, and I'm usually the one who has to be the designated driver to take everyone home. It's tough because, you want to have a good time. You can have a great time without drinking, but to always be the one to have to look out for anyone, I don't mind doing it. It's better than the alternative.
Project Eon is an attempt to build what we kind of termed as a real-life Iron Man.
Ben received your package, and his eyes just lit up so big, and he got this huge smile.
I believe it. He does that.
His big brown eyes just popped, and he was just like, oh my God. And he was like, guys, and he was so excited. He jumped around for at least an hour, and he was showing off, see, I got my own superhero.
To stand your ground in the face of that kind of opposition, violent opposition, is very, very amazing and very honorable.
I've been whispering to myself that I couldn't really make a difference, and that I should just protect myself behind a shield of apathy and just turn a blind eye to the evil and the darkness that I see in the world around me. I couldn't continue with that level of self-deceit, and I started to think about ways in which I could attack the problem of the growing evil in the world, and for me, Captain Australia was the answer.
Do whatever you can within the parameters of your creativity and your resources and your network of people. If you do that, you've done your job. And the more you're able to do, the more good and the more impact you're able to have.
In reality, there is nothing super about real-life superheroes. It's just that we have big hearts and a desire to help.
This isn't just about being drawn as a comic book character. It's about how you live your life, and all of us are heroic if we choose to be.
It doesn't matter for me if I'm out there in the clown suit, if I'm out there in the Santa Claus suit or the Easter Bunny. I'm out there doing good. But there's something about the superhero that people expect you to accomplish. We're using that symbolism of a superhero to draw attention to what we're doing. And in so doing, we can change things. We can make things happen, and I look forward to that.
I said from that moment on, in 1998, I was going to help with the safety, education, and welfare of children.
Somebody has to keep the city of Atlanta safe from evil triphobes and big bullies.
They said that I was the hero of their son, and I'm like, wow, and when you hear something like that, it's like, oh, now I actually have something to step up to and be responsible for and live up to.
He didn't really care if it was illegal or not. It's just, this is the right thing to do, so he did it.
My kid's gonna have a cape, and I said, he's a hero. He's a heart hero. And I want to get him a cape, and that was the night that Heart Heroes was born.
we found out that this ended up breaking a whole lot of ground in terms of therapy for post-traumatic stress, as a lot of the troops would deal with their problems through the whole creative process, telling their stories and seeing them come to life in comic book form.
You never know what outcome is going to come from your actions either. You know, what ramifications, either big or small, comes from you doing something good.
My eyes became open to what happens to them and began to think, you know, why is it that animals are treated differently from humans? For me, I have never understood that. I never will.
To resist apathy and keep going with what you're doing, I mean, that's some resolve right there. That's impressive.
This is a community show. Everybody from the superhero community listens to this show.
The hope to inspire, others to, stand up for themselves and to help out. Don't stand by when somebody needs help. Help them out.
The world's problems are never really going to get changed until individuals realize that one person can make a difference. And in so many ways, real-life superheroes are out individually making a positive difference in the world.
On the birthdays, I'll take Jazz out and we'll visit the child's grave. And it's so funny because they can always tell if I've been there before they have, because I'll leave, her favorite flowers were carnations. So I'll tie off a bunch of carnations and leave a dog, leave like a dog bone tied to the flowers so that, they know that Jazz was there.
We sat at the end of it looking at how much we'd given out, and there were still so many people that needed help that when I got back home from there, I thought, we need to do something even bigger next time where we can, help people instead of just giving them water and crackers like we did this year.
For what he did was selfless. He placed himself in great personal danger. However, he did what needed to be done, and he saved 2 lives. Who knows what else he prevented from happening by intervening and putting a man away who was armed with a knife, and he was armed only with a defensive baton, and that. To me, is a superhero right there.
For me personally, yes, I think that when you have any individual, be it a human or an animal, that is excessively abusive to a weaker human or animal, yes, I think it's absolutely an indication of perhaps criminality, perhaps mental illness. I don't like to put labels on things.
It's superhero, not hero. These new guys need to look at that with honor and reverence instead of dismay and disgust.
The story is so great, I need to write a book about it. There's definitely a book's worth of material.
And a police officer told me one day that people on the street had nothing better to live for than looking forward to death. And that really stung me. And I literally just thought, well, if that's the case, then death had better get out there and start taking care of these people.
You've got to be able to protect yourself, protect others that are with you.
You have to be ready. Anything can happen on the streets when you're trying to help people.
Sometimes when I was working on environmental issues or community issues, I'd end up being really negative in my thinking. There's all these big problems out there. You got to get angry and fight against the people who are doing all these bad things. But this approach of being a real-life superhero changes the focus to, what can I do? What positive steps can I take? Instead of being worried about all these terrible things that are going on, just focus on, what can I as an individual change and what can we as a group change? And that's much more positive, much more fun, much more sustainable.
I went and saw Kick-Ass, and the kids in the movie asked a very important question. Why don't people dress up as superheroes and go out and fight crime? And I had an epiphany at that moment, and I asked myself the same question.
The reason why I started opening myself up, because I believe that if someone can draw any kind of life lesson from my example and make them that much of a better person, then, it'd be worth it.
We are the music maker, and we are between music and me.
Ladies and gentlemen, here you have my tribute. 1 year of Superhero Academy.
That was awesome.
That was a great montage.
I did have another caller in the middle of that area code 503.
Yeah, that's Taz.
Okay. Well,
Hello?
who called into the middle of this? Hello? Any rate, everybody, like I said, that was my gift to the people that have made this show a success and the people that have made this show awesome. And I'm listening to that, and the last few seconds where that's just the drum beating there, it's like that is my point that I put in there, so I knew I was going to have to compose myself. I had to leave that end part there. Listening back to Amazonia talking about Kitty Genovese and talking about Martin Luther King and other things that we discussed. You guys have been awesome. You guys have done a great job this year bringing in your points of view. We all have something to learn, and we all have something to teach, and you guys have taught me more than I ever could have taught you, and I appreciate that. I don't know.
I must say I've learned so much from Crossfire the Crusader that my tricolored Crusader is just on fire for the work we do.
Well, it's not all me. Skyman was my co-pilot for the Christmas show, and I apologize, I could not find a quote in there that was short enough between me and you and the Christmas show.
We talked a lot about the true Jesus Christ. I remember that, and
the true Santa Claus.
Saint Nicholas.
Yeah, and that was, I think that was probably my favorite. It's a close run between that and Captain Australia and Thanatos. When we got there talking about the real St. Nicholas at Christmas last year, that was just an amazing show. Learning about this, you picture this big, fat, jolly, happy person that never gets mad, and when you start digging, you learn about this guy that was so passionate about his beliefs that he slapped a man across the face in front of the emperor and risked going to prison,
And broke the emperor and broke the dude's face open.
Oh, yeah. I remember that was a ball. Me and Midnight Detective did the Martin Luther King show.
Yes,
and
that was
again,
a lot of fun. That was just
wow.
just kind of out there. It's like, okay, well, let's just talk about it. And there was so much information it was hard to break down into 1 hour.
And we actually went over on that one, as I remember right. We had to go into overtime on that show, and still did not cover the depth of this person, who, in my mind, is just every bit as much a real life superhero as any of us out here in spandex and a cape.
I mean, PhDs spend their whole career disseminating Dr. King. How can you do it in 45 minutes?
No kidding. But, the one thing I did learn from Martin Luther King, from Nicholas of Myra, from Captain Australia, from Amazonia and Kitty Genovese, and from Skyman and Midnight Detective and all the other people on these 50 shows that we've done. We've missed 2. The week I was at Metropolis, I canceled to spend with my wife, and then we canceled 1 week during our move because I didn't have internet. We've done 50 shows, and I have learned one thing, is that when people stand up for what they believe and they walk forward and make sure they do something, but they leave a wide path of change behind them, and the world is impacted for the better. And as long as you're impacting the world for the better, I don't care if you call yourself an RLSH or an X-alt or a what the heck ever.
Can I interject a second?
Positive. Yeah, go ahead.
Hello.
Who's this now?
My name is Hugh. I'm in Virginia, and I didn't know. I know your show's ending in a few minutes. I just wanted to see if you might add me to your list. I'm self-proclaimed Hugh, the heartbeat of America. I'll give you a blog that you can get some initial information. If you Google the word creativity, the number 777.com, you'll see some information on there. And also, if you Google my name, Hugh, H-U-G-H, Traulsen, T like Tom, R-A-U-L-S-E-N as in Nancy. Look for on things on the Internet for an article entitled America's New Transformational Economy. There's an 18-page PDF file that can be downloaded from that. My big mission and vision is co-creating with Jesus Christ to bring spirituality into global economics and combine that with unconditional love.
Sounds good. Well, I'll check that out sometime this week. And
post it to our Facebook page, please, sir.
Yes, definitely. Look at
I don't do any of that. The blog was put on the Internet by a gentleman who interviewed me. I just have a web browser on my cell phone. I don't even do emails.
Well, no, I was telling Crossfire when he does his research to link it to the page.
Oh, okay.
I will definitely do that. We've got about 4 minutes, guys. I want to go on ahead and we're gonna go into the overtime, into the after show. Definitely. I was going to announce the T-shirts being ready this week, hopefully, but my T-shirt guy's been out of pocket this week, so I'm gonna try and get back with him in the next week or so. No big hurry. The designs have been decided, and we've got some other designs we're going to pick up later down the road, and the sale from the T-shirts is going to take us from the free show to a paid show so we can be up for 2 hours and get back to covering things like we need to.
2 hours? Oh, my gosh.
Oh, yeah, 1 hour to 2 hours. We'll get back to the full range of things at that point. And anything that we make above and beyond the cost of the annual price on that is going to go to Heart Heroes, because Heart Heroes is my charity of choice, giving capes to kids that have congenital diseases of the heart, the number one killer of children. And the capes help these kids to find their inner superhero. And they can use that inner superhero to stand up against the challenges they're going to face. And so I want to support them. Like I said, I want to stay after just that extra 15 minutes and just get everybody a chance to just kind of just say what they've felt for the past year. I looked at it for the past year, just kind of reminisce a little bit, give your little 2 bits about the anniversary tribute, and see how many people you recognize in there, of course. I had to go back and look at my list to see who all was in there. There were so many people. But I want to thank everybody that's been part of that. While we're moving on, Midnight Detective, you were the first person to get to hear this. I bounced this off you. You actually got a preview. What do you think about that tribute?
Well, I thought it was fantastic. I mean, I'm a fairly jaded person. We all know that. And it's a really moving tribute. I mean, it moved me quite a bit. Oh, come on. We know that. It was great. It was really good. Also, I think that it's, how do I put this? It's also significant, or it possibly has the most number of RLSH and activists in our little community put together in one place, other than, say, the video documentaries. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the one clip in there was so much I could put in there, but the one thing that I had to put in was from Phoenix Jones. When he said, this show is a community show, everybody in the community listens. That said something to me. I'm going to go on ahead and do my theme song, my closing theme real quick, and then we're going to go into our after show. Skyman, get ready to do your dance. Here we go.
Sing it.
We're men in light. We roam around the forest looking for light. We're men in time. We run from the rich and give to the poor, that's right. We may look like cities, but what would you say, or else we'll put after life? We're men in light. Always
are now recording off the air, and I want to thank everybody that's still here. I guess I can't keep track over there. There's so many callers today. This has been an amazing show just for callers, the number of callers. But,
I know. We had quite the lineup.
We have had quite the lineup, and even some people not on regular callers. That's been nice, and I wonder how many people couldn't make it because the lines were full. So
I found the guy doing his promo for his blog the most interesting. At least he was more informative than Mr. Sexeroni Pizza.
I was going to say, I was waiting for our pizza delivery tonight, and it hasn't come
I know, we missed out.
Well, you know, like I've been saying, I need a better class of supervillain than I'm going to have to start taunting Kong or something, you know. I just may have to start taunting Octavius Fong or something, you know, just to get a better class of supervillain.
I consider it an honor just to have the one who wants to call in and give us crap.
Well,
he's not the first one, you know.
In chat, so he can do it. Lord Malignant has been lurking in chat, so you are being monitored. There you go.
And he did say that he does support Superhero Academy and what we're doing. I thank him for that. You remember one of our first regular callers was Agent Rafe.
Yeah, he was.
Pizza Guy is not our original supervillain. That's you know, I've attracted some pretty interesting supervillains to this show. Also, of course, we had the supervillain takeover, which didn't make the cut, but that was a lot of fun there. Jay Creeper and the Legion of Doom taking over the Academy, holding me hostage. As he put it, I was hanging upside down over a vat filled with piranhas and water.
And I even was so brave enough to join the Theater of Crease one night, and we laughed our asses off, and it was a great show. I really enjoy Zyklon B. He's a great guy.
I've had shout-outs on 2 or 3 different Blog Talk radio shows this year that's in the community also. You know, that it's really humbling to me, you know, to know the range that I'm reaching, but it's also encouraging because I know that the message is getting out there. It's polarizing because, you know, the people that are drawing towards the good side of obeying the law and doing what's right and not what's wrong, you know, the vigilante side is not real pleased with me. And I'm like, oh, well, you know, my favorite saying for that situation is, but, you know, Amazoni, you still with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Let me. You said a little bit. The anniversary tribute started. It ended up alphabetical, is the way the quote went. So I had them alphabetically, and you ended up being the first. And it was like I could not think of a better opening for that if I had to choose them all. So you know.
Yeah, that was the opening.
And I'm like, you know, what? I actually think I want to go back and get video and do pictures, you know, like a slideshow of this and put it on YouTube, but I'm going to wait till I catch my breath and finish my workshop.
You do too much, CS, but you do enough.
I need to be twins instead of just one big fat guy. 2 skinny guys would be great.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Well, by the end of the weight loss challenge, we both might be skinny guys. Who knows?
Oh, yeah. How much have you lost, Sky?
Since Skyman was born, or since I joined the weight loss challenge?
Well, since the first show of Superhero Academy, if I'm remembering right, you've lost 140 pounds.
Yes, sir.
Is that correct?
Since I donned the symbol back in April of 2010, I have lost 140 pounds, sir.
There are heroes in this community that don't weigh that much.
I know. That's a whole other person. When somebody pointed that out to me, I just walked away just in a dazed confusion going, are you kidding me? Wow.
That's approximately weight.
I remember when I met Miss Fit, and she said, you know, the best exercise, the best tip I can give anybody is just get out there and walk.
Don't say it. Oh. I was ready for Miss Fit to give the same advice my wife does. Well, yeah, you know, yeah, we were going to the gutter on that one. I was afraid what she was going to say. But
I tell you the ones I also enjoyed is the Danger Woman one. That thing just, wow, she's a hurricane. She is a hurricane on a bulldozer.
Met her in person. He says that's all true.
She's a hurricane on a tractor, driving through a tornado, firing fireworks.
In an earthquake.
Oh, yeah. There is nobody, I will go out on a limb, there's nobody in the real-life superhero community more passionate, more enthusiastic than Danger Woman.
If we all had the energy she packs inside that petite body, man, we could
She is a
definitely
nuclear
change the world.
explosion. And in person, you know, I've got to hear her sing in person, meet her, and in just a short time I was with her, you know, it was like everything that I had to for this meeting, all the energy and strength that I had. By the time it was over, I was like, where does she get this? She is such an amazing person.
She's one of them I'd like to meet. I mean, you know, we got a lot of tough guys out there, and you know, all our little armor-clad buddies out there, but none of them hold a candle to that woman. I mean,
if you ever get the chance to meet Danger Woman, I advise you to take that chance, but be sure you eat your Wheaties.
That's such a 90s reference, sir. I love it.
Oh, yeah. And I go back to thinking about this. I cannot imagine being in the same room with her and Master Legend, and that meeting has happened.
Whoa. What a meeting of the minds that one would be.
Oh, yeah. I would love to talk to the people that were there when the two of them were in the room together, because it's like, wow.
Let's hope they didn't. Let's hope they stayed here on planet Earth and didn't decide to go in on their astral plane and just leave us behind.
Yeah. Definitely a powerful team there that she's part of. I want to go on ahead. I've got about 7 minutes left, guys. So I want to share some of the things that are coming up for the year 2. We're going to kick it off with a bang. Next week is Kitty Burton from Heart Heroes. And we're going to get an update on Heart Heroes, where they're at. Staying with the kid theme, the following week, we're going to have Electron Boy Tribute Day. That's right.
With Electron Boy's sister. That's going to be epic.
That's right. Charlotte Foote is going to be here. We're going to talk about Electron Boy's Make-A-Wish, his day as a superhero, everything that went on. I understand Electron Boy got to meet Phoenix Jones. Is that correct, Skyman?
Just as he was going more downhill in health, Phoenix did reach out, and they did meet. He went to his hospital bed a few times, and I thought that was epic.
I'm hoping that. Yeah, I'm hoping.
Now hang on a second. Hold on here. I gotta say something here. A lot of people give Phoenix Jones shit for various things, okay? But that guy reached out to that kid, and he worked with other kids. You got to give him awesome credit on that. That guy's got some
Yes,
heart.
sir. He may be this big MMA, you know, I want a reality TV show star who wants to get over, but you know, he does the work and he does it proudly. And I mean, for him to have such a heart for children, even though he just recently lost his job, damn DSHS, but still, you got to give him props.
Definitely. When you know, all the hype.
He's a character. He's a character just like everyone else doing this. I mean, he's got some attitude, all that. But you know what?
I mean, if we accept Master Legend and Tothian in this subculture, why can't we accept Phoenix Jones?
Because the whole thing there is drama, and once you cut away the drama and the nonsense, Phoenix Jones is just another guy in spandex with high ideals, and he's a really good guy. I was proud to have him on the show, and I'm sure I'll get a bad message from Mr. Ravenblade for saying this, but yeah. You know,
who I did get confirmation from recently, when I do reach my 2-year birthday in RLSH, he will come patrol, apparently.
Awesome. So coming up the 4th of December, I've got somebody else that's kind of new to the community as far as me, and that's the Handler. the people there at Hope 2011 introduced me to her. She's going to talk to us about her work with dogs and animal control and all that kind of stuff. Reggie Byrne from Cape Watch is going to join us on the 11th of December, and Reggie Byrne is he is covering, trying to make sure we get good press and all the good stuff gets out there about the real-life superhero community, and doing a pretty good job of it. So I'm looking forward to hear what he has to say and what he sees. Going back into our kids side of things, Brandy Rosef and Power Boy are going to be with us the 18th of December for ALD awareness. You remember Brandy? She's the and Power Boy. Power Boy's the little boy that has the Geist action figure. And the 25th of December, I'm going to ask all of my friends in the RLSH community to email me a Christmas message, like Merry Christmas from Crossfire the Crusader, Merry Christmas from Skyman, and such like that. And what I'm going to do for Christmas is I'm going to take some pre-recorded Christmas music, and I'm going to put some sound clips over it in between the songs, and that's what we're going to play for Christmas. We're not going to have a regular show, but we are going to have a Christmas card from the real-life superhero community, and I want to get as many Christmas messages from my friends as possible. So
you want it as like actual card or like voices, like hey, Merry
voices.
Christmas.
That's
okay. It'll be a digital Christmas card. I will put my email address up on the Yahoo group and push everybody to send that to me, and we'll take those clips and we'll put them into a 30-minute format. And on Christmas Day, I'll start the show. I'll play the Christmas songs, and we'll shut down.
Thanatos' book. He tried that one last year, if I remember.
Well, last year he did a video, and I was actually in it twice. Once as Crossfire, once as Santa Claus.
Oh wow!
That's right. And if you watch the end of that, Santa Claus is clowning for the camera. He used the whole thing when Santa's going, "Merry Christmas, superheroes."
Nice.
I don't have any plans for New Year's. I have not scheduled anything for New Year's. No plans for that whatsoever. Kind of thinking about what I want to do. It's going to be a year of new beginnings. It's the first day of the year. We're talking about new beginnings, maybe. I've got some time to think about that one. But on the 12th of January, or the 8th of January, we're having another visit to the Pacific Northwest with Purple Rain, and we're going to be talking about.
That will be a show worth listening to.
Yep.
She's a very well-spoken woman. She's very nice.
The 15th
I believe
of January
she is the anchor
King
that
Day.
keeps Phoenix Jones grounded to earth.
Or brings it back down anyway. 15th of January is Martin Luther King Day, and we may get Captain Black on here and do some more talk about the Civil Rights Movement. There's a lot to cover there. I'm going to see about getting him in there on that day. The 22nd of January is going to be our Gadgeteer Day again. Artist Roy and our Gadget crew is going to be talking about surveillance devices. And then on the 29th of January, one of them that I am so excited about, ladies and gentlemen, a drum roll, please. We're going to have the Black Monday Society.
Whoa!
Oh, cool. Red Voltage and nice.
Red Voltage has agreed to be on the show, and we're going to be talking about the Black Monday Society, and it's like if we have not hit the uppermost of awesome now, we will be hitting it by then, no doubt. So I am booked up through the end of January with show topics and guests, and looking forward to the next 12 months of Superhero Academy. I got about a minute left, and so everybody just a chance to say thank you, and everybody say good night, and we're going to close out.
Skyman salutes.
And thank you, Crossfire, for doing this for the last year. This has been a real. I took a lot of time and prep to do this, so thank you too.
It was a really good idea too to make a actual superhero talk show. I mean, great idea, man. So thanks for sticking with it, man.
It's been fun.
Yep. Yeah, thank you. It's absolutely been awesome this last year.
Next year's going to be even better. And so this is Crossfire the Crusader for the first show of the class of 2012. Signing out with Superhero Academy. I'll see you next week. Same cross time, same cross channel. Good day.